Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as Wraith in this one, where I'm refueling tower against Emmett, Kala, Abe and Parnell. This team is actually very good. The weakest link on this team is probably going to be, we'll do Cosmic for this one actually, Pink Girl. Kala, but only down to whether the bot behaves that's playing her. So we will definitely do traversals as the perk and we'll get going. But other than that, correct Trapper, very high DPS, Assault, very good Medic. So we might be up against it here. We've got colonists as well, which are going to be providing supporting power, supporting firepower, I should say. So we'll see. Not the tankiest of monsters either. So time shall tell all. Wonderful rain effects we'll be given in this one. 2015 game this, by the way. I'm going to start making that relevant because this game is 10 years old, fellas. Sneak that. Yes, I can. Good. Can't really get the rest of them because they're there. They can break you out of feeding whenever you or whenever they damage you. If you are new to this site, this is a 4v1 ASIN from 2015, as I just mentioned. We're going to be going around the map as a stage 1 monster, killing and eating wildlife, which is what you're seeing right now. Stage 1 monsters are very weak. You do not want to be fighting at this early stage. Better things for that to target. I'm not going to dip right across there because they are going to be cutting through that building probably. Yeah, once the meter fills, we will be able to go to the next stage, which means we'll get bigger, we'll get more ability points, and we'll get more damage and more HP. So that's when the fighting will begin. We did a load of Callium birds there, that's going to tell them exactly where they are. Right there somewhere. Orb is now ready though, so we'll get a bit more distance. Should be alright, yeah. Just go there. Rebel Ducks will buff Supernova and Warp Blast. Don't really need to bother with Decoy because it does everything it needs to. Back one. And we'll top the armor back up and then we'll get in there and say hello. Dogs. Dogs might slow him down a little bit. Whoa, that's fun. One thing you will notice as we get in there, animation quality in this game is fucking insane. There is a directional based animation for nearly any sort of position the helmet is in, based on the monster you're playing as. Pop out Supernova. It's me stuck on a tree. It's me stuck on a tree again. It used to be isolated from the medic, so get out of there because we lost the armour there. I'm going to pick these corpses up now, nobody's here. Get him down, might be able to still grab these. Because he's there now. It's fine. Get the other one. Just trying to sneak in between both of them. With me isolated medic, that's not going to work because I'll overshot it, that's fine. needs to be out of this area because it's quite bad to get down here because it's a bit of a choke point. There's not really many places to hide. Smell range will do because we don't have anything else. The one I wanted. With Carla being on this team, we do need to be a bit wary about our HP situation. As you can see at the top of the screen, she can drain your armour, and any damage that goes through while your armour's down goes into your red bar, which is permanent. She's doing at the moment, so that damage that's going through behind the armour, because if we get too low when she does that, we do just die. So we're also kill Abe. No, we're not going to bother with Abe actually, because that's not going to be productive. I should only be going in there if I'm going for strikes with the little, you know, white blocks that are on their HP bars. I think we're just going to go stage 3 here, to be honest. Grab it here. Get yourself some food on the way out. Duct, decoy and supernova. Round everything out. So we're now stage 3, the biggest we can be. This is where the monster does become the power roll properly. Very high DPS, very high damage, massive in size. It's the power roll, boys. What it used to be, you know. Before you were a vessel for Timmy's Twitch content. No, that's a Banshee Man, I thought it was the teleporter. Just having a look for any teleporters or Carla's backdoor exit. The bot is actually wise enough to understand to do that, so what I'm going to do is decoy immediately. Kind of want them to shuffle a little bit. It is quite bad to fight a stage 3 in a cramped space, which is what you're seeing there. I do need to find that. It's over there somewhere. It's going to be down. We're going to let that go through because if this goes off, everybody gets up. Good. There's the teleporter. I'm going for these here because Emmett can revive at range anyway, so those are always going to get revived. Be more productive. Can still hit him up there because I am like 30 feet tall. Grab these right under the noses. We need to around here because we've got Abe coming back. We'll do a reset. Actually get him with that, that's fine. Clumping together is also not a good idea. Yeah, I'm locked. See how they're using vantage points and everything as well. This is bots, by the way. for you. Colonists do permanently die. You kill them. I'm not going to kill him in 2 seconds because he's probably got his shield as well. Just decoy that, we're going to get out again. I fucking died to the decoy, that's fine. We still need to get out though because he did get the respawn. Just in this moment, fellas, I always mention it, you know, just observe the complete unbastardisation of the gameplay loop. There's no iframes, there's no cheap fucking shite to carry one side, you know? And I'm nearly dead in my power roll state. I'm stage 3, this is the max I can be, you know? I'm still a consistent threat because I'm going in, wiping half of them, and then, you know, they're moving around and positioning themselves correctly. So they're getting revives and all that kind of stuff, you know? This is what a fucking ASIM should be. Say it time and time again, dude, not just carrying one side with fucking iframes. A little bit of detail as well. Emmett's a robot. See a robot parts. Blood will fade in a minute. The fucking attention to detail is just... There's more attention to detail than entire content in a AAA game these days, basically, you know, this game. Fucking insane that we live in a timeline this game is dead, dude. Makes no fucking sense, to be honest. Than the fucking YouTube clout farming that went on with it. That's all it was. She's here somewhere. We need to find her. There she is. See, this is a wise play as well, what she's doing here. She's using the support cloak to run off to buy her team another wave. The fucking bots understand how to do that. I think we've got another wave coming in that way again. Don't sneak that, that's fine. Sneak that in, it's fine. We should be able to kill him here actually. We'll fight through the shield because we've got full armour anyway. We do need to be very careful though, as I say, because Carl does exist. We do kill the assault there though. It's going to lower the DPS quite a bit. We'll top the armour back up. Or maybe it's on the Emmett that's come back. This one. There's Abe. He's got no HP for some reason. Just want some last man Abe standing lines, you know. Every hunter in this game has unique lines. Very flavourful for some of them as well. Some of them sound really terrified, as you would be. Wouldn't be a case these days, you know, where you get down to the last hunter and they'd be like, MLG 420 boys, I'm the last alive. Selling that fucking diss track, you know, all that kind of shit that exists these days. The people, the highly trained fucking professionals that are, you know, hired in this universe to fight these things, extraterrestrial super mutants, you know, are rightfully terrified when the rest of the team gets wiped and they're on their own in a fucking jungle with it, you know. Like, there is lines where a lot of the hunters sound genuinely terrified, because you would be, you know. It's got a really good degree of realism to it, this game, in a fantasy setting, which is why I like it so much, and why I always call it a sci-fi horror game as well. The first one was, then they went to stage 2 and just completely fucking annihilated it. Don't speak of stage 2, fucking mobile game. But, yeah, it's insane. It's fucking insane that we live in a timeline where this is dead. Because it's one of them games. I said it at the end of the evac campaign yesterday. It'll be when this goes out today for I'm recording it, but you know, there goes my train of thought because I'm trying to fucking shower things in explanation. What was I saying? No, it's gone. There you go, boys. Give me a second. Guess who's just realised we were live from the cockpit of a Boeing 747 as well? God, I love nothing more than when my PC decides to update and Streamlabs just decides to factory fucking reset itself, you know, without notifying me, without giving me any kind of display whatsoever on the setup page and all that kind of shit. Love that. What I was going to say, fellas, now that we have our voice back, obviously the next round, the Goliath one that's going out today, I'll have my normal voice in it like this. It's just this, I just realised we didn't fucking have, you know, the setup properly because, again, it just resets itself whenever the PC updates. Yeah, I said at the end of the evac video that was yesterday, you could legit turn the servers of this game back on Legacy, right? This version of the game, not the fucking Stage 2 one. Get rid of that, burn it, fucking incinerate that, yeah? You could legit turn the servers back on for this game and you wouldn't need to fucking do anything with it. Wouldn't need to do anything. 1 or 2 balance patches, that's it. Hit the ground running, you're off. Start making content for it again. That's it. No bullshit. Honesty, 100% honest. That's all you need to do. Oh, and the absolute enigma that we haven't fucking realised or can't seem to fathom or figure out as a publisher as well. Relist it on the Steam store. Because that's when you publish or design and develop games, generally releasing them onto a digital storefront or any kind of storefront in general is how you gain a player base. Just for those that didn't know. But yeah, as I say, that's all you need to do. That is legit all you need to do. I don't say it, like, I know I sound spiteful and all this kind of stuff, and I've said this ad nauseum as well, whenever I bring this up, like, because I sound really spiteful towards 2K and all that kind of stuff, and I am, but I'm not doing it for the sake of being hateful, you know. I'm doing it because the level of just incompetency and just stupidity that's been displayed with this game, mate, it's ridiculous. It is actually ridiculous and pretty embarrassing, to be honest. With how we've failed this game 4 fucking times, 4 separate times, you know. And we think it's a game issue, but it isn't. It's a fucking publisher issue. The first time it was released, it was the DLC pricing. That's a publisher thing. The second time we went to Stage 2 and we just decided to wipe the fucking slate clean, or try to, and remove the game's identity with its atmosphere, slim the game down, trim all the fucking good monster animations out of it, remove the atmosphere, fucking throw announcers and all that kind of stuff all over it, turn it into a fucking game show, shower it in perks so the game was just going to be imbalanced from its very inception. That was a publisher idea. I can almost certainly say that with certainty because I don't think TRS thought of doing that. The people at TRS were going on about how they were pissed off with the way 2K handled it, and they were keen to work on the legacy version, this version, what you see, because it was a bit of a passion project for the people within the walls of TRS at the time. The third time would have been the mini revival, I believe. Maybe there's only 3 times then. I seem to remember there being another one, but maybe we'll call it 3, give them the benefit of the doubt, but still 3 times you fucked up an IP, and you're blaming the IP for it. The third time was the actual resurgence and 110% revive-worthy player surge that we got about 2 years ago, where a game that isn't publicly available for sale gained 2,500 fucking people playing it, and every one of them was hyped and all that kind of shit, and we just fucking sat there for about 3 or 4 weeks, didn't even acknowledge it. We put a banner in the fucking main menu saying we hear you, because that's going to incite excitement, you know, and keep people playing. Oh, they said we hear you. Future content, there it is. And then we dumped a load of keys into the Discord server, that was it. 50,000 keys got sent out into a public Discord server, so they would all be inevitably scalped. And then we scratched our heads as to why this game didn't take off when we could have just released it on the Steam store and capitalised on the hype of everybody that was playing telling their friends to buy the game on the Steam store had it been available for actual purchase. But no, apparently that was a game issue. 50,000 scalped keys didn't produce 50,000 players in our video game, so that's a video game issue. And yeah, just not responding to 2,500 people playing the game, coming back, indulging in the hype, the nostalgia, all that kind of stuff. Numerous things you could have capitalised on, but didn't. You just sat there for fucking 2 or 3 weeks, did fuck all. No, that's a game issue. But yeah, you know, it's a failed project as of it. There's not enough demand for this game. You know, that kind of just completely wrong take. Considering, you know, I saw yesterday as well, just to throw that in there because it is relevant, DBD subreddit. Because we've just lost TCM. There was somebody who put a meme up on the DBD subreddit of all the ASIMs that have died, and there was no mention of Evolve. There was no Evolve icon in there. And immediately, I obviously jumped on that because it's going to sound weird, this, but it is something that I genuinely believe in. I don't think DBD would even exist as a game if Evolve didn't put up the ASIMs on the map. I don't think it would. Because it wouldn't have had that initial surge as well. Everybody seems to say that, you know, it was the Michael Myers chapter that put DBD on the map and all that kind of shit. And yeah, it did, because it brought all the players in and then that kick-started the snowball off. But at the very, very, very beginning, at release, I do believe, because DBD was released in 2016 and Evolve was on the map from 2015, and it was in sort of a decline kind of thing because they were doing fucking 2 or 3 month update patches for this game, so obviously nobody's going to stick around for it because there's no new content, nothing exciting coming along, you know. Something else that was a publisher issue because TRS said they had patches and content ready to roll out but weren't allowed to because they were, you know, multi-million-dollar company, wanted to save money. Fucking idiotic. But yeah, at the very beginning of Dead by Daylight, the game that was receiving more frequent updates than what Evolve was at that time, everybody was coming from more or less where Evolve was, and they were sort of transitioning from there. You know, they were seeing an ASIM that was getting updated back then, and that was back in the day when Dead by Daylight was a horror game. It's not anymore, it's a fucking Fortnite clone. It turned into one anyway, a Fortnite clone of a 4v1 flavour, you know. But it is what it is, as I say, it's fucking stupid. It's got fuck all to do with the game. It's got nothing to do with the fucking game whatsoever. It is down to fucking incompetency from a publisher. That's all it is. And again, as I say, I'm not saying it to be fucking spiteful or hateful towards 2K. It's never been that. The only time I've ever been truly spiteful and hateful towards 2K, and I was fucking justified, as everybody else was, because everybody else had this done to them as well, was I pre-ordered this product back in the day. Like, I was here from the very fucking beginning. As soon as I saw that trailer and I saw all the gameplay hype around it and all that kind of stuff and all that, I bought it, right? Because I knew personally, for me, I didn't buy it because of the hype. I bought it because I knew I was going to enjoy it, you know. And here I am 10 years later, still fucking enjoying it, you know. It was when I logged in one day after pre-ordering this game, and this was literally, it was about 2 years ago from now, so about 8 years after the release of this game. All my DLC and all my purchases had been fucking wiped from the game. And it made my blood boil, so I made a video about it, you know. And that's when I did get spiteful, because I said in my videos, don't fucking buy anything from this fucking wank tier publisher again, or something like that I was going on about. Because even now, like, as I say, I'm playing it on the fence here when I say I'm not being spiteful towards 2K, but you don't have a fucking excuse for doing that. That's literal robbery. It is robbery. There's no fucking excuse for it. I don't give a shit about corporate bullshit and all this rule stuff within the industry and all that shite. You're robbing people, you know. People have bought that shit and then you're just taking it off them. all this like stupid fucking wank that Ubisoft likes to tout these days, and some of it I think EA are doing as well, where they say, oh, you should be complicit, you should be happy with not owning your games. It's like, fuck off, I work for a living and I spend my money on it, it's mine, you know. And that was the same sentiment I had with my DLC. I've given you my money for that DLC and that product, so I fucking own it, yeah? I don't give a shit what your fucking company thinks. It is what it is at the end of the day. But again, it's creeping in there, that's the spitefulness of it. But that's when I got pissed off with them. That's the only time I got pissed off with 2K. Everything else that I'm saying here is observation and genuine. I'm being tongue-in-cheek when I was going on a minute ago in a monotone kind of way where I was saying, you know, could never be the game's issue and all that kind of stuff. Because it fucking annoys me. It annoys me how simple the fucking solution is to get this game revived, and they can't see it based on my perspective as a consumer, because they failed it 3 times, and it's got nothing to do with the fucking game. Nothing to do with the game at all. The game is basically 1 or 2 balance patches away from being fucking good. Perfect. You know, it has balance issues when you actually factor players into it, and there is, you know, there is certain overpowered playstyles and all that kind of stuff, but nothing that can't be tweaked. This is an ASIM that doesn't have 300 and odd fucking perks in it. Something else I've also spoke about, but I'm not going to go into here, obviously. The 9 perk system in this game is how you make an ASIM, not the way DBD does it. Because DBD's doomed to be fucking imbalanced for the rest of its lifetime now, because they release perks for every character. You know, like it's dumb shit. You're asking for imbalances. But if you've got this system here where there's 9 perks and you can only take 1 of them into the game based on which one you want to choose, it's significantly better for the lifespan of your ASIM, because you'll have a lot less balance issues, and you have to just concern the characters themselves and balance them. I don't know why this is so hard to see. I really do not know why this is so hard to see. Because they tried doing it with Stage 2. When they went to Stage 2, they added about, I'm not going to put an exact number to it, but basically if you've not seen the Stage 2, so you can go on my channel, I've got Stage 2 videos on there, but they added a perk tier system to the game, similar to Dead by Daylight, and it fucked it up. It was a majority of the problem with Stage 2. It made Slim unkillable, and it made fucking Behemoth unkillable, because you had perks that could raise defense, you had perks that could raise reload speeds on hunters, you could have perks that increases healing potency, you could have perks that could increase healing durations, and all this kind of stuff, how long the effects linger, and all that kind of stuff. You could have perks that increase monster armor, you could have perks that could give monsters HP back for fucking downing hunters, right? So that just makes them fucking unkillable there, you know? You've got perks that could give them their armor back. I think it was the armor one that was more problematic. You'd down a hunter and then you'd see your armor bar at the top of the screen. You could be at 0 armor. They used to use it on Behemoth, all these fucking apes that were concerned with turning it into esports and just destroyed the game's rival chances for a fucking percentage on a screen that doesn't even fucking exist anymore. You'd be at 0 armor and you'd down somebody, and that armor would literally, in a matter of fucking seconds, 1, 2, 3 basically, it would fill from 0 to full. And then when they were damaging you, because it lasted over a duration of something like 5 or 6 seconds, any damage that the hunters did during that 5 or 6 second period as well, you'd see it take it off, and then it'd just fill back up again. It would just resist the damage for that entire. So it basically made you invincible whenever you were downing the hunters. It's fucking stupid shit that did not need to exist in any way, shape or form. But again, we added perks, you know, build diversity. Fucking dumb, dude, it really is. I'm sick of this fucking design space these days in the ASIM genre where it all has to be perks. Everyone's got to have perks, you know, it's perks this, perks that, perks fucking everywhere, you know, rather than designing it around the characters themselves, like this one. It's got perks in it, but you can only take 1 of them, and there's fucking 9 of them for each side. 18 perks in the entire fucking game, you know. It's ridiculous. It's honestly fucking stupid. But they can't see it. It's like now that TCM's dead, that's opened a new space for a DBD competitor, you know, that kind of thing. That's how it's
christened these days in this genre. And I'm telling you now, the next one will have a fucking perk system, and then it'll suffer from the same fucking stupid shit that every ASIM has with the balance issues, where it's like, oh, you know, there's this overpowered synergy, there's this, there's that, you know. 2 or 3 weeks later, the player base starts to dwindle, back at square one again. Rather than designing it around the characters themselves, yeah, sacking off all this build diversity bullshit, you know, and just having a game that's based around the characters themselves, you know. It's like the wildlife buffs in this game. That's a good system, because it's something you get in the game itself. You don't get to pick that at the beginning. If you come across buff wildlife, you get rewarded either side. You get a perk in-game, and you can only take one of them there as well, so you can't just stack them all and become busted, because whatever buff you take, the next one you take will replace that previous buff. It's just, I don't understand what's so hard to say, why it's so fucking difficult. Anyway, there you go, it's a bit of a passion rant. I thought I'd switch it up this time, boys, because it's a Wraith video instead of a goalie one. It's fucking insane, dude. It just makes me laugh. But yeah, it doesn't make me laugh, obviously, because I'm in a timeline that's doomed to fucking mediocrity, and everybody else around me is just complicit with it. It's like a bunch of pigs eating out of a trough these days in this genre. It's fucking just actual slop, dude. But as I say, if we actually got something in the genre that actually did, you know, get off the ground and all that kind of stuff, behaviour would shit themselves, because they'd actually have to put some effort into the game. You'd probably have to sack the animation team in that game and get somebody in the building who can actually fucking animate. And I know that's, you know, that sounds a bit aggressive and it sounds a bit unfair and all that kind of stuff, but you're at the top of the genre, you know, you're industry standard in terms of ASIMs, yeah. And we've got people that are just fucking sliding around with unnatural animations, bugging the fuck out anytime anything happens. Here, in a game that's a fucking year older than what Dead by Daylight is, 10 years old, there are transitional animations for literally everything. There are no clips, there are no clicking, you know, with limbs and all that kind of stuff. There's no bugginess to it. The only single solitary fucking example of that there is in this game is on Gorgon when she's feeding. And in the intro animation, which is the same feeding animation where she lunges forward and she starts stuffing it into her mouth, her hind legs will sometimes click with the terrain because of how she moves when she's feeding. That's it. That's the only clippy animation that actually exists in this game. Everything else is natural and believable. And it's a year older than Dead by Daylight. 10 years old. A decade. And this game still looks like it could have been out today. Or looks better than the top of the genre. Because it does look better than the top of the genre, you know? That's a fact. Because there's no... I'm not going to sit here and listen to people who think Dead by Daylight looks better than this. Because it fucking doesn't, mate. It really doesn't. You're playing on a flat square, right? In all your maps, yeah, as well. Like, there's verticality to maps in this. There's weather effects in this. You know, all kinds of stuff that make it feel alive around you, you know, rather than it being just a fucking literal Unity project square piece of terrain that you put 5 people on, you know. It's just fucking insane, dude. But anyway, we're ending it there because I can go on forever about it. But yeah, we've enjoyed the gameplay, which is probably shorter than this rant again, but we've been doing this quite a bit recently because it's just, you know, it's boiling over again. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I will hopefully see you for the next one. Bye.